Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulu Tech Designs, and I'm your boy Lulu Mark. We are back with the second part of our project, and we're going to achieve this. So we are basically going to do our facading. If you look at what we did, we left our project here, basically skeleton of the design, but of course now we're going to do our facading. Right now we want to achieve this part here, this big board here. There are so many ways we can actually achieve this. One, you can use the wall tool, it will still achieve this. You can use extrusion to achieve this. You can even use massing to achieve this. I think for now I'll use massing. So I'll try to use all these methods so that you'll see how different of them can be able to achieve this. Because with the massing, you first do the massing, then you also turn it to wall, which will have been the same thing if you have just used the wall direct. So basically we're going to use massing. Let's see how to do this. So from here, I'll let me just put it at the front like this. Then I'll come to, first of all, you have to go to massing. You go to massing, then from massing, I'm sure most of you know massing as a topo solid where you do your landscape, but you also have other things here, wall, curtain wall, all these things are there in massing. So we're going to in place mass. You click on in place mass. It is asking us to save, but I will not save. So you can rename the mass the way you want. You click OK. Then you'll come to this set. You say set work plane. So I'm going to click any of these things. Let me just rotate it a little bit so that I can be able to get so I'll just pick any of the panels like that as our mass. So I'll take it back to front. Then I'll use this line tool as a method to draw. Let me see how it is drawn. So it is straight line, and then here something like this down here. Okay, so I'll use this line tool. I'll draw something from here, I think around here up to up here like that. Then I'll bring it this side, and then around here I saw they did something like this, and then something like that. So I'll link it up here. So I can use my this trim to extend to link this part with that one. So now after doing this, you can select all of them. It will select all the lines. Then you come to this create form, you drop it down. You can select the type of form you want. Can be solid, can be void. Of course we want a solid form. I'll click solid. It will create for us a solid form. For now, let me just finish the mass so that you see what we have. Now we have drawn a mass here. You see it has entered up to the inside part of the house. So I can simply just drag it a little bit here to extend outside, a little bit here to extend on this other side, just like that. You see that it has covered the house. So what I'll basically do, I'll just now change some parts that I want to reserve as a wall, and the rest I can delete. Now you will simply go to massing again. This time we're going to select the wall. Let me first highlight the mass, and then wall. So you will simply select the face that you want to turn into wall. So I'll turn this to a wall. It will place a wall. Then I'll come up here. I want to turn this this upper part. Let me see. Maybe this side as well as a wall. This part up here, I don't know why it is not selecting it. Tap. Okay, if it is failing to select the top part, for now we shall leave that like that. We shall concentrate on what it has created for us. Now basically that is now this is the mass, and we now have the wall. Actually, if you remove this mass, if I delete what I've selected by just tapping delete, it will delete the mass, but it will leave the walls that the mass has created for us. You see, we have the walls, but the massing is gone. Now to create the upper part here is really simple. I can decide to use extrusion, but for now let us see what we have in the original design. So the design has this. So there's this pattern that these people have, but of course now to create this pattern you just edit profile, but it's a little bit tedious work, so you have to do it manually. We shall not do a perfect work, but we shall try. All right, so you click on this wall, you go to edit profile. From here you can now draw the profile you want. Any profile you want, you can draw it here. So I may use let me just use this rectangle tool to draw as many profiles as possible. I don't know if it is this. Yeah, we shall just draw profiles here. Just draw profile. We shall not really do perfect work, but this is just to show you that you can do something like this, because these are a lot of things to draw, a lot of tiny so all the way down. For now, I think I can just leave it at that. I just selected this specific tool, but you can also as well draw. You can draw something like that. Any method can work, but of course you need to now come up with a perfect design. You take your time to achieve that. Once you have edited your profile, you just simply click OK. Seeing one part here, they are touching each other, and the Revit does not accept that. So just move that one aside, and then something like that. Now you can see this is what we have done. It's not exactly the same thing those people did, but basically that is how you can achieve it. You can achieve it this way. So let me just change the color of this. Let's use white. For you to use white or change the color of a wall, you can simply just come to paint. If you had the colors, you can just look for white. So I will say white cladding, you just paint there. It will give you something like that. Now basically that is how we have done our side. Now we can simply create an extrusion up here. So I can use this slab as my surface or as my plane. I'll just come to architecture. I go to components. You see a model in place. You look for generic models. You select it, and then you can rename it the way you want. I'll say okay. Then you select extrusion. Then you come to this set. You can pick a plane. Then I'll pick I can even pick this face of our mass, and then of course I'll now draw my extrusion just like that. So you just click OK. It will give you something like that. And then of course you can change the material from here. I want a white cladding, white, this one here. So I'll simply click OK. Now we have it there. See that? So now we have this part. I think if you look at what these people have, that is basically what they did. That part there, this, and that side. See this? So this is how you can achieve these things. Extrusion can work, massing can work, and then of course the wall tool could also work direct. Now depending on how easy a method is, you can select, but of course those other methods are easier than using the wall direct, because using the wall tool, it needs a lot of alignment in terms of the level and all those stuff. So this is this part. I guess we can do the other side, that side, and that side we can still do the same thing. We can use massing, then we edit profile, later we change it to wall. So it's this side here, this side, so it is left. We can go to massing again. We come to in place mass, you rename it. Right now we actually don't have a mass. You set work plane. I'll pick one of those things, then I'll simply draw. I'll use the rectangular method to draw it. I'll draw something. I guess it is up to down. I don't know why it is. Let me first set a plane again. Okay, then I'll use the line tool instead. I'll draw something like this, there, and then here, and then I can close it up just like that. Then I'll select the lines, then I'll come to create form. I'll say I need a solid form, unable to create from elements, self-intersecting or singular geometry will the result. So we need to, let me see what has happened. Now here it is not linking, that's why it is not creating for us what we want. So we need to use the trim. and link that so that we have one complete line. So we shall still create a solid form. This time it accepts. Now you can see the solid form here. Let me see what these people have. It's basically from this point to the other. So I'll simply let's just finish this model yet. Then you can click here. You use these arrows to extend or to drag. You can drag it like that. Then I'm going to now change this to a wall tool. So I'll simply come to massing, then I'll select wall, and of course I'll select that face. So this will create a wall. Now I can delete the mass away. I feel I don't need it, so you just delete the mass, you have the wall. Then of course you can now create that top part. I'll also use extrusion to create it. So we need to go to architecture, components, model in place. You look for generic models. You click OK. After renaming it, you select extrusion. You're going to set or you pick a plane. The plane is this top part. Then we can use the rectangular method to construct it. So from there you can create something maybe up to there, just like that. You can change the material. Then of course we are using clad white. Okay, then you simply finish it up just like that. This one here, I think we are going to change it to white cladding as well. For it, you come to the paint, you go to of course it is here, you just click on it, you paint. That is all. Now we need to edit the profile. You see that theirs is having this kind of profile, so we need to create that. So you simply select, let me escape. You select the surface that you want to edit. You go to edit profile. This time you just come to offset tool. You go to offset. You can give it the offset you want. Not to waste a lot of time, I'll give something a little bit big so that we can do it fast. So I'm going to use 500. You see, regardless of using 500, it is still small. Let me use 1000 or even 2000 because this is a very big house. So I'm going to use 2000, just like that. So you come to your split tool. You split, the shortcut is SL. You split, you leave one space, you split, you leave one space, you split, like that. Now this one has not ended perfectly, but we shall see what to do. Can do the same for this side. I think what I'll do, I'll split this instead, but of course it is going to confuse the design a lot. So you come to this trim and extend. You extend this, you close them up. Just like that. Now up here we have some issues here. We didn't split it the way we're supposed to, so it will need us to do something. I'm going to delete all the lines up here. I'll leave one, then I'll come to this trim. I'll extend this to that last line, then I'll go to the split tool. Now I can split here again. So now I can extend these ones. Extend this to this. You have to close all of them. Then this last one, you delete it off. Once you're okay with that, you can finish it up just like that. You'll see it will create for us that form of panels. I think that is the kind of panel these people have, but of course theirs a little bit thinner. But of course, if you have a lot of time, you can do that. So you see the panels we have created, and this side we have created this pattern. So since we have created the panel, we can do the same for the top part, because that is basically what they have. And it's the same thing. You just come to, for extrusion, you go, after selecting, you come to edit in place, you click on it again, you say edit extrusion, and then from here you can simply offset as usual. Now this time we're going to basically offset from this side, because I want them to link up well. Let me see. Or I'm going to pick line. I'll pick these edges so that we don't mess up too much. You just pick all the edges so that they can match with what we have down here. So basically I'll come to this trim, I'll extend this small one to that bigger one to give us that first level. So we can delete this off. Let me see. Let me extend this like that. Yeah. Now we can simply split. You come to the split tool. Now you'll just assume this line is there, split it. Assume this is there, split it. You assume this is there, split it. Assume this is there, split it, like that. So I can also split here, split here, split here, split here, and here. Now we come to the trim again. You shall just extend this. Not that. You first let's first extend this. Okay, you can select the bigger one, that side, then you bring it to this small one, just like that. Of course, now this you can do that. You also select this side, you bring it to this side, this side to this side. This side is a little bit tricky, so you need to be careful. That smaller one, take it to that bigger one. The same thing like this to there, then you connect these ones. This, take it there, and then this, take it this side, you connect these ones here, and then this, take it this side, this one here, take it this side, you connect these ones. One last one, that one to this side, you simply connect this. See, now they are perfectly aligned. When you finish up, you'll have something like that. See that? They are really perfectly aligned. So now you see how you have modeled your house. Let's see what these people have. Basically almost the same thing. Now we're just left with this part here. With all the things we have done, I believe right now this part cannot be a big tussle for you to achieve, even this side here. So we have achieved the most difficult things. So what we need to do is basically now to create those extrusions here, and of course we can use we can still use massing as well. By the way, we can use massing, we can use flow, we can use extrusion, we can use, I would have said wall, but seeing what this is, I think it's better to use those other three options. Or you can even use what they call sweep. I think let me use sweep. It will help you to also know sweep at least. So to use sweep this time we are going to, but creating a sweep will mean we need to create for all these levels manually, which will be tedious, but it can also achieve that. Otherwise we can use massing, and I think we can just copy and take it to other levels. I don't know if it can accept, but let's try a sweep for one level, and then you'll see how sweep works. So I'll come to architecture, I'll go to components, I say model in place, I'll look for generic models. Instead of you rename it, instead of using extrusion, you select sweep, and then you come to pick path. Now we're going to pick the path. Let me just pick that path. It will draw for you something like this. You simply tick from here, then you go to edit profile, and then you need to click on the face or the side elevation that is supposed to have this model. You click on it, it will show you that red dot. Then you click on this side elevation to bring you the side that can enable you to draw. So something like this. Now I can use the rectangle tool to draw up something. For example, I can just draw something like this. Let me just draw something there like that. And of course you can also just change the category or the material here. Okay, when I click OK and finish the module, when I turn this, it will see something like that. You see that? Now to make this one reach all the way to this side, you just click on it, you go to edit in place, you click on it again, you say edit sweep, you say pick path, then pick 3D edges. So you just pick these 3D edges, pick them. You have to pick everywhere you want it to reach, but of course you realize these lines are not meeting and the Revit will not accept, so you come to trim, you try to link them up like that. If they are not linked, it will not work, so you link this to this, you link this to that. So when I finish it up, it is still complaining. That means somewhere some part is not linked. We need to see which side is not linked. It is this one here that is not linked. We say continue, you link this one up just like that. So let's finish it up and finish the module. So you'll have something like that. See, that is a little bit easier, that part there. So you can link this one up to this side, up to this side the same way, but of course now for sweep you need to draw this for all the levels. You can't copy and take it to the next level, because let me try that, and then I select, I'm not saving anything. Let me just try and see if it works. If it works, then that will be a good discovery for us. Now it works. This is beautiful. This is how easy now it has helped us. That means I should now click on this, copy, select levels, I think 3, 4, 5. Then which level is this? This will be second, this will be third. I guess I'm just left with the third. Copy, paste this to third. It refused to take it to the third level. I guess now that one you have to draw. It is taking it up here, just taken some all the way to this side. Can delete that, can delete it. Now you see how you can achieve these things. You can use any other method. There are so many ways to achieve these things. Of course, someone will have shown you a complicated method to do this, but really these are things you can easily achieve with these easier ways. Of course, at the end of the day, we are doing the same thing. The results are the same, the facading is the same, so you don't need to kill yourself trying to do something complicated, and yet there are easier ways of achieving that. I believe this is let me see what we have. I think basically this is what we wanted to achieve. Let me see what I think. Yeah, if I come to annotate, I'm trying to see something. Let's take that. So yeah, basically that is, I think that is it for this project, and I believe you have learned a lot of things from here. If this tutorial was really important to you, please make sure you subscribe to Lulua Tech Designs, and we have something new because I'm going to show you all the methods. I want to make life easier by basically showing you the easier way of achieving these things, because these are straightforward methods, other than complicating life using actually there are tricks in massing that are really complex, that if someone showed you, it will take a lot of time to achieve this, but with the straightforward method we are able to achieve this without any problem. So that will be from me. I will see you again in the next project.